Hello! I'm really glad you're here. I'm Amy, and this is Amy's Wild Cards. This is the podcast where I interview people who I think are my friends with a deck of cards filled with random questions I've created. This deck will be shuffled at the beginning of each interview, and whatever questions come up in whatever order is completely up to fate. We're gonna laugh, maybe cry, possibly be offended. Let's get into it. Today, my friend Alex is here.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
So I have been shuffling already.
Okay.
So we can shuffle more, or we can stop. You can choose when to stop, or I can choose when to stop. Or the Lord can choose, which is really what's happening.
I mean, look at the Lord, won't he do it?
You know?
mean, you're already, involved with this pre-shuffling nonsense, so...
Exactly.
I can say stop whenever, I guess.
Great. You know what I haven't had anyone do is tell me to not shuffle at all and just use my pre-shuffle.
Wow.
Yeah, because I feel like that'd be a really bold move.
That would be. It would be crazy.
It would be crazy. It'd be wild.
Stop.
Okay. Do that last one that I had or don't do it?
One more. One more for good
Do
measure.
it? Okay.
Right there.
Get it in there.
Be all nice and cozy.
There we go. Okay, here we go. Here's your interview.
Oh, no.
Are you happy?
I am happy. I'm a teacher on summer break, so yes, I am
I
happy.
know, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. You and Justin both. What do you think doing God's will means?
That is an excellent question.
Thank you. I wrote it.
Excellent question. You wrote them all. I know
I
you did.
did.
I've seen the podcast before. What does doing God's will look like? Honestly, living the way that Jesus lived. Loving people and loving the Lord.
And turning water into wine.
If the Lord wills it, then yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Sounds like a typical Tuesday night,
Right.
water to wine,
This is interesting that you get this next question right after that question. Describe God.
Wow, you really hit me with the existential, philosophical questions.
Listen, this is what the Lord had planned for you today.
Apparently,
Yeah.
it was. It's funny. I almost wore a T-shirt that said Pepperdine philosophy on it. And I'm like, I didn't even go to Pepperdine. That would have been wild. Describe God. Well, first word that comes to mind, he's creator. And as an artist, he's the best creator. He made all of this. And it's just down to the most atomic detail. And it's the coolest world. Even though it's a little ghetto sometimes, it's still the most beautiful world.
Ghetto sometimes.
It is. Don't lie to me.
It's nuts out here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Is there anyone you no longer speak to that you would like to speak to again? And what would you say to them?
Wow. You hit me with that question this week of all weeks
Oh, yeah,
that the
tell
Lord
me
has
why.
made.
It just fits really well.
Oh, ridiculously.
Oh my God, tell me.
Okay, so I had a falling out with my childhood best friend years and years ago. And we have not been really on speaking terms at all since then, even though we hashed some of what happened out.
Yeah.
But last Saturday, I got a text from him.
Oh.
After texting him over a year and a half ago.
Whoa.
To possibly, work through some stuff. And next time I'm in town, back home, I will meet up with him and talk to him. And as to what I will say, I have no idea.
Yeah.
No clue what to say.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you'll probably pray before and it'll come to you and you'll be
profusely.
fine. Yeah.
Profusely.
Yeah, totally. Oh, I love it. Why are you so obsessed with me?
How can you not be obsessed with you? I mean, girl, look at you.
Thank you for answering that in such a lovely way.
Of course.
Hilarious. Host or go to a party?
I love hosting.
Yeah.
Hosting is so much fun.
It is fun.
You get to make sure everything is to your specifications.
You set the vibe.
Yes, you set the vibe, the food, the theme, if there's a theme. It's all in your hands, you know,
Yeah.
and you have complete creative control.
Yes. And you're really good at cooking and
Yeah,
baking.
I'm good-ish. I'm getting there.
I've
I'm
had
working
some
on
of
it.
your treats and they're very, what was that? Like crack pie thing you made? What was it called? Checker
No,
pie?
no, you're on the right track.
What is it called?
Chess pie,
Chess pie.
as in the game chess.
Yes. Oh my God, it was so good. But it reminds me of a pie that's called, I think it's called crack pie and milk. It's like called milk or something. It's like this line of like desserts.
Right.
And they have one in like WeHo and they have one in like Brooklyn. And that chef, she makes, I think it's called like crack pie. And it reminds me of that.
Ah,
Yeah.
I will have to tell my mother that's what you call it.
Yep. Please tell your mom.
I will.
If your teenage self saw you now, would they think you're cool?
Oh man, if my teenage self saw me now, he'd freak out a little bit.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Why?
he was a very goody two shoes homeschool boy, and he'd be a little mortified that I paint my nails for sure. They're not painted today, but he definitely would have been mortified.
Yeah.
A little bit to see me now, though possibly curious.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that younger self would probably be like really proud and stoked on who you became though, because this is who was really inside of you the whole time.
Right.
And that person was probably just like not developed enough.
Oh, yeah.
To be that. And so I feel
sure.
like they'd be like, "Oh, I'm really cool." That's what I think.
He'd have a lot of thoughts about it.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to have a conversation with him.
Right. Totally. What hill will you die on?
Ooh, I will die on the hill that pineapple does not belong on pizza. I'm so sorry, all of you people out there. It does not. It is heinous, diabolical, and I won't stand for it.
Okay, follow-up question.
Yes.
Did you ever grow up having it?
A little bit, but it was like people ordered it alongside just, regular cheese and pepperoni.
Yeah.
So
you're a monster if you only do it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's straight up sinister. Okay? That's ridiculous.
There was like some sketch, I think it was on SNL, and John Hamm was in it, and they like made a joke about like how many like ham and pineapple pizzas they got, and it was hilarious, or like it was like only that.
No.
But, okay, so I have an unpopular opinion on it.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Spill it.
Yeah. So I grew up with my mom ordering ham and pineapple.
Okay.
And so I ended up, I think, like getting a taste for it. Mm-hmm. And then I think it was like a ex-boyfriend I had or something. He would do bacon and pineapple. And
Lord.
that was actually really good. And so now, if I want a little sweet treat, but I also want something savory, I will do pineapple and bacon. But I literally don't tell people this because of all the shame around pineapple on pizza. And now it's going to be public knowledge.
Yeah, it will. Well, I mean, you're allowed to have your opinion. Even if it's a questionable one, but
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna fight anyone on it. You know what I mean? But I also love pineapple, and I grew up with a lot of pineapple.
You see, that's more nostalgic for you though. Like
Maybe.
that like comes from a place of like
It is really, you're right,
like
it is.
childhood, like
yes.
something you really loved.
And my mom would also do cottage cheese and pineapple.
Ooh.
And like, so that I still like love. Like I had cottage
Right.
cheese and watermelon for breakfast, and it was like delicious.
Oh,
I know.
Look at you.
My white side is really, it's really wild. Okay, shoot a gun or an arrow.
Shooting an arrow
Right?
is way more fun.
Yes.
Like I've been to a gun range before,
Oh,
and even
I
like
hate 'em.
I've been trained for like gun safety and stuff.
Yeah.
And having that much power in your hands is not, I don't like it. I don't
no.
like the feeling
I
at
don't
all.
either.
Whereas with a bow and arrow,
Yeah.
I can feel like I'm, some fantasy warrior or archer just
Yeah.
launching it across the field.
And it takes so much more skill.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just also visually more striking.
Yes. It's cooler. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Aren't all bisexuals technically pansexual since the binary does not exist? I love that you just got this question.
Okay, I have a lot of questions, but first of all, how dare you?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous that one showed up today of all days.
I know.
That's crazy. Wow. Repeat that question because that was ridiculous.
It was very wordy, I know. Aren't all bisexuals technically pansexuals since the binary does not exist?
Okay, that was rude. And no, like as a bi person, I stand by the fact that I'm bi. I am not pan in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely exist, and that is peak bi erasure right there. I'm not here for it. Ridiculous.
Okay. Fair. Fine. Okay. And this is how I found out that I was actually pansexual, not bisexual.
Really now?
Yes.
Huh.
But because I've also been attracted to some non-binary people and have been attracted to some trans people.
Right.
And so for me, that qualified me.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it qualifies you, it qualifies you.
Yeah.
But probably not me.
So who is the funniest person on this couch?
You.
Good answer.
Yes. I have to compliment the hostess because she won't let me leave if I don't.
Oh my God, wait, so you don't think I'm actually the funniest person on this couch?
Of course I do. I think you're the funniest person on this couch.
Okay, now I don't trust you.
Uh-huh.
Why is... suspicious. Why is beauty valuable?
I think everyone either wants or aspires to be beautiful in some way. And so I think beauty is like innately ingrained in us as human beings, as just, creatures that live on this planet. Like, I mean, if we're made in the image of God and we are, made like him, and if he is beautiful, then by that logic, we are beautiful and we are meant to be beautiful. And so I think that's why beauty is important, is because he made it to be important, because he is beautiful.
Do you think that it's valuable because it's rare?
I don't think it's as rare as people make it out to be. Like, I think there's beauty in even the most minute and mundane things. It's just people don't give it that kind of credit. We're so used to seeing like the absolute like extremes of beauty.
Right.
And we don't give credit to just the beauty of the ordinary. I mean, that's why I love the Hayao Miyazaki Studio Ghibli movies. Is like he puts so much effort in like illustrating and drawing just the beauty of everyday life.
Yeah.
Like just a simple like garden outside someone's house, or like a simple plate of breakfast. Like it just makes it so much more.
The food in Miyazaki films.
My God, I'm jealous. I need it every day. But it just makes it so much more beautiful, and it makes you appreciate things more. Even just the regular things.
Yeah, totally. How many times have you almost died?
Ooh, maybe. And I usually have a pretty good memory. I would say probably, to my memory right now, at least 2 or 3 times.
You know what's interesting? No one has ever said 0.
Really?
Yes. So all of us are here by multiple miracles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wild.
Yeah.
So do you have a story you want to share about one of your times?
Oh, yeah. I legitimately remember, what was it? I think it was sometime during college. There was a snowstorm that blew through. And in the North Georgia mountains, like we didn't get snow all the time, but sometimes it did come through. And the dorm that I was in, I believe it was... I was coming, it's like up on this hill, and you like the road that goes up to the parking lot is like a very steep road. And so, but you always walk down the road to go down to the main road and then to the rest of campus. My friends and I were walking along the road, and probably about maybe halfway down or a little bit more further down on the road. And I'm on the side of the road, and 2 of my other friends were like walking to my right, so I'm not on the roadside, and we're just talking, hanging out, and then all of a sudden my friend grabs me and yanks me away from the road as some I'm not going to use very colorful language, doofus decided to just barrel down the road in his Jeep.
Oh my god.
If he hadn't pulled me out of the way, I would have gotten run over. And this was at night too, so
Oh my
we weren't even paying attention.
Yeah.
I am forever grateful for him pulling me out of the road.
Whoa,
That
that's
was
such a
wild.
movie moment.
Oh yeah, no. I wasn't even aware that the dude was like driving behind us and going that fast, but he just like down the hill.
I always walk against traffic so I can see oncoming.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm always so worried about that.
Yeah. As you should.
Would you rather lead or follow?
I don't know. Like I feel like it depends on the situation.
Yeah, I think
like
that's a good answer.
like I mean there've been plenty of times where I've like been more eager to like listen and pay attention and follow and kind of like be a support role to someone. But other times it's like, yeah, definitely I definitely feel like no one's like stepping up to take charge here. Like if no one's gonna do it, I'll do it. Like
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
step
yeah.
up, I'll
That's
take the
good.
lead, and what happens happens.
No, I like that. It's like, okay, so I'm back in school right now, and the new professor, thank
Wonderful.
you. The new professor I have is like, oh, we're gonna have a group project coming up, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do that, and the class is online, and and immediately, this isn't always my personality at all, but immediately is like, whenever that project comes up, I'm gonna let someone else take the lead. I have so much going on in my life. I have
Right.
this, I'm working, I'm in school,
Right.
I have other stuff. And I was like, I'm not. So I think there's just certain times, and as I've gotten older, I'm more okay with not leading.
Right.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense. Like you've got so much going on. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to take on additional responsibility that you don't need to add to your plate.
Right. Okay, this question I love. I added recently. Nobody has gotten it yet. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Can you astral project?
No. No.
I have one friend that I know of who can do it. And I
Right.
haven't interviewed her yet, and we'll see
Okay.
if she gets the question.
We'll see if she does.
But isn't that cool? Do you believe in it? Do you think it's not real?
I don't really believe
It's
in
a
that.
pseudoscience.
Yeah, I don't really believe in that.
Okay, well, I do. And
Even though I'm huge into fantasy, like
yeah.
I'm not really into that.
okay, this is my most uncomfortable question.
Oh, why did I have to get this one?
I know. Poor Justin got it too. And my
Oy.
brother when I interviewed my brother.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. Rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. Now rate your mom.
Wow. Okay. Rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Uh-huh.
1 to 10 in terms of what? What's the context?
You choose.
I would say like a 6.5 or a 7.
Great.
Yeah. Not like I'm
So
not.
you're a D or a C though,
How dare you?
because that's what you just said about yourself.
I mean, I'm not like
You're not at least a B.
Okay, fine. Like 7.5 or an 8. Goodness, you're ridiculous. You're pushy. You know that? You are pushy. I would. I'm trying to be humble here, and you're just,
Okay, what's your
fishing
mom?
for
What's
it.
your mom? What's your mom?
Oh,
Tell
she's
me
a
your
10. She's a 10.
Mom's a 10.
Absolutely.
Are you
You
mama's
asked
boy?
a mama's boy here.
Yeah.
Of all people.
Yeah, I've gathered that from you so far.
Yeah. The guy who calls his mom multiple times a week, like always after work, after school, I would call mom on the phone just to either chat with her or, talk to her or whatever. Lately I've been getting both my parents on the phone at the same time, so I talk to both of them now. But it's funny, we have this joke. She sent me a meme a while ago of like, to your child who calls you the most, they win a trip to Cabo. And I was like, so I'm guessing I'm the one that gets the trip to Cabo? And she's like, absolutely. Not even your brother who lives next door calls me. Like
Because he
all the
lives next
time.
door. Yeah.
So it's like, but I call all the time. So obviously I'm going to Cabo,
I am so glad. I hope that trip is really fun.
I hope so too. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, mom.
Are you going to share this with her?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, good. Hi. Okay.
Hi.
Are you living the life you want?
I think I am. Like, I think obviously things could be, things always can be better. Things can
Yeah.
always improve, but I am content.
Good.
I'm not like one thing that's really weird with me is like, I don't plan like super, super far in advance for life. Like people who have like 5-year, 10-year plans, I'm like, what on earth are you doing? Like so much can happen between
Yeah.
now and then that you have no idea what's going to take place. So I'm like, I'm a take each day at a time person. Like, of course, my calendar is filled out, of course, because
Yeah.
that's how I organize my thoughts in my brain. But like in terms of life, like I'm content with the life I have. Like I'm blessed, praise the Lord that He's gifted me so many things in my life that I love and I love doing, and people that I love being around. So yeah, I do like where I'm at.
That's great. What is the longest you've ever meditated for?
Interesting question to ask someone who's rampantly undiagnosed ADHD. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, hard for me to sit still. Goodness,
But
I
there
don't
is
even.
like walking meditation. Yeah.
Is there?
That was one of the first types of meditation I learned was it was at like a Buddhist temple in Chelsea in New York.
Okay.
And we did like you can like basically walking in like a meditative circle. And you're meditating in the walking.
I can't say I've done that.
Yeah.
I guess maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
That's
probably
still
most.
really good.
Maybe like even more generously, like somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes probably is
Yeah.
the most I've been able to sit still.
Yeah.
But I tend to be restless and my brain is always going. So
Totally.
yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I get that. Do you think the way someone drives is indicative of their character?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. If you've driven in this city at all in Los Angeles, people who drive crazy, like they need some help. It's like, girl, I'm sorry, the call is coming from inside the house.
I think I know what you're going to say to this. What is the best religion?
Christianity, of course.
What type of cat are you?
I'm a cuddly cat.
A cuddly cat, like a
Yeah.
house cat?
Oh yeah.
Cuddly house cat?
Oh yeah. I love snuggles. I was at my friend's house last night and one of their cats, his name's Oliver, we were sitting there playing video games and this cat literally lengthwise across my lap just went
Aww.
arms fully extended across my lap. And I'm like, okay, I have been chosen. I have been chosen.
You have been chosen.
I can't get up now, but I've been chosen.
Oh, that's cute. I love kitty cuddles. What is the most adorable thing about you?
I would say my hugs. Oh. I am a hugger through and through. And I will most likely hug you when it's like any sort of physical interaction. It's like immediately, arms around someone. I just love giving people hugs. I love receiving hugs too.
Yeah. So you're like, in terms of love languages would be physical touch?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I like to judge people based on what their favorite film is.
Ooh.
What is yours?
Ooh. Also, odd question to ask me. Justin and I have had this conversation before of favorite films, but I literally had another friend of mine. He asked me what my favorite movies were, and he said, spare no expense on this list of favorite movies. And when I tell you I had to stop at 200, it was wild. Oh yeah, I can show you. It's pretty extensive. No. And they're not in any order of importance whatsoever. I love them all in their own unique ways. So it's hard for me to quantify
so
which.
Just throw out like a couple titles.
One of my favorite sci-fi 80s movies of all time is Flight of the Navigator.
Never even heard of it.
So good.
Okay.
So good.
Noted.
So fun. Another one I absolutely adore is Howl's Moving Castle.
Yes.
Hayao Miyazaki.
Yes.
Pan's Labyrinth, also phenomenal. Love Guillermo del Toro and all of his work. It's just so great.
Do you notice that he uses a lot of green? Like hues of green?
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
I see that a lot in his work. Okay. Oh, I'm debating if we have enough time for me to ask you this last question.
Go for it.
Because I do a final question. Okay, we're going to do this question and then the final question. Do you like yourself?
Goodness. Yeah, I do. I think I do I think I do like myself.
Good.
I used to not like myself, but I think I like myself now.
Yep. Totally get that. Okay, final question for all of
Wow.
my guests.
Uh-huh.
In our last 3 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
if this is the only surviving audio clip of you left in existence, what do you want people to know?
I want people to know, if you haven't given it some thought before, really, really look at the relationships and the friendships in your life and really value them. Like they are more important than you think, you realize they are. And especially like take a look at, non-romantic relationships. Like platonic relationships are so important. They're so life-giving. And really tell those people that you love them. Like really, really, really tell them you love them and make sure they know that. Because it's so often we get caught in just the everyday loop of life and just busyness and hectic chaos. And we often forget to rope people back into our lives and be like, hey, like I really care about you. I'm really grateful for you. And, I love you. Like actually using that word love because that's important. Just being like, yeah, like I love you and I want you to know that. So yeah, tell the people that you love them, especially your parents. If you're in a good relationship in that way, mom, I love you. I always love you. Dad, you too. I love you.
Well, that's great. Thank you. We're all done.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Thanks for being on. And thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.